Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. I know I've kind of been slacking on this white car, but the weather, it's been raining and plus it's been nice, so I've been trying to spend some more time with the family, you know, cookouts and stuff like that. So I've been kind of putting this on the back burner, but another issue came up, so now I just want to really get this car done. So basically what I have left to do on this is everything underneath needs to be hooked up. It needs new axle seals, which I have. The shift linkage needs to be hooked up. Exhaust needs to be hooked up. Axles need to be put in. That's pretty much everything underneath the car. Also, the fuel rail has to get put back on. We have to figure out a way to mount this throttle cable because the stock bracket doesn't work. We need to run the battery. We need to put the alternator on and get the dash and everything back on. So hopefully by the end of this video we should be doing a first start. I also have to do a valve adjustment, and that should be about it. So right now I'm going to get this car jacked up and I'm going to pull off the shift linkage. I'm going to just replace it with stock linkage because I had like a Chinese knockoff K-tune shifter, but the little plastic bushing that goes around the ball in the shift linkage is just starting to feel really sloppy, and I have really good condition stock linkages, so we're going to throw that on real quick. Some time has passed. I've got the shift linkage on with some aluminum bushings up here and down there where the 212s are. Got the exhaust bolted up for now. Also have both axles put in. I changed out the axle seals. I also got the alternator in, if you could see that with the belt. So pretty much everything under the car is done. Besides, I have to come back down here before I add oil to put the oil temperature sensor in this bong right here. But the one that I have, the sensor is connected directly to the gauge, so I have to put the dash in first before I run that. So that's looking good. I also got the O2 sensor in. So right now I'm going to come up here. I got the fuel rail back from the machine shop, so I'm going to stick that on here, and then I guess we're going to try to come up with some type of bracket for the throttle cable. So I got the fuel rail back on. I got the cheap eBay fuel pressure regulator on. I do have to get some clamps because I got a different hose because this one's not long enough. And throttle cable bracket didn't work, the OEM one. This is a LS throttle cable. I didn't want to use the GSR, so I made this little bracket. It's aluminum plate that's this long. This bracket right here is from a CRV. I'm not sure if that's the original shape because it was bent, and I kind of just put it in the vise and kind of bent it 90. So basically it has two Downstar V1 bolts here with nuts on the back, and then the two bolts right here that go into the OEM holes on the Victor X. So I'm waiting for my girlfriend to come so she can step on the throttle so I can make sure the throttle body's open all the way. But so far so good. Next I have to come over here and put some clamps on this line right here. That's the one that comes off the water neck and goes into the throttle body right here. I guess it's time for a valve adjustment. Also have to bleed the clutch. Alright, so right now I'm just working on cleaning up the inside of the car and trying to get everything back together. I wanted to show you on this black box right here, since this car doesn't have AC anymore. I want to just continue to use this instead of ordering the factory AC delete. But inside, I don't know if you could see it, but I just gutted everything all out. Right there, the white is just the styrofoam that was in here. I use that to patch the hole because we have the factory plug back there. And then on the bottom where the drain was that went outside from the AC, I just melted a bolt inside there. Alright, so it's been a really long time since I picked up the camera. The dash is in. I'll put this Type R cluster in. I got my battery box back here. Don't buy that fuse, that thing blew already and it doesn't work anymore. Over here I have my distribution block hooked up the under the hood fuse box right here. Did the plugs and the wires also. Have a fuel leak coming from the regulator right at the bottom. Not the 90 part, but the actual regulator itself. So I'm having a problem right now where if I put the key in, the fuel pump's not priming. So if I jump the fuel pump, the green and white wire, to the switch 12 volt, it comes on just fine. That's how I figured out I had a fuel leak. I haven't been able to get this S200 to connect. I mean S300, it's the V2, but I'm trying to get this fuel pump to prime first. I don't know what's going on. So I have to go to the store and get some O-rings for this regulator. I never adjusted it or anything, but it's not holding any pressure because it's just all leaking out. So I don't know if I should adjust it or what first. So if you got any suggestions for me to try, please help me out. I just want this to be done. All right, so update. I tried a OBD1 LS, the stock 2000 GSR ECU, and then this S300 V2. I did notice that the check engine light's not going off. So that leads me to believe that the ECU is probably not getting power. I tried a couple different main relays. That's the one that was in there. And then I tried these two, and I tried the one out the silver car. Nothing's making a fuel pump prime, which also leads me to believe the ECU is not getting power. I did fix the fuel leaks. I ended up putting a stock regulator back on for now. So when I jumped the main relay, the rail is holding 40 psi. So it leads me to believe the injectors are not firing. That's why it's not kicking over, because the car's cranking just fine. Everything else works, all the signals and headlights and everything like that. It's just this ECU. So if you have any ideas for something for me to check, let me know. I'm gonna do some research and try to figure out which one of these pins is power, because I tried it with this jumper and it is the right jumper, since this is a 2000. This is a OBD2B. And I tried it straight to the stock ECU with these. It should start and just throw a lot of code, since half the stuff isn't there anymore. Even with this LS, it should start. So I guess I'm gonna do some research. Hopefully you guys have something for me to try. All right guys, so that's pretty much gonna wrap up this video. I think in the next video, I'm gonna go through and troubleshoot the car step by step and show you guys everything I've done. So that way, maybe you guys will be able to help me out and help me get this car started. I mean, I've been working on this since the end of April, so kind of getting frustrated. I know it's taking longer, way longer than it should have, but I don't know what else to do with the car at this point. Nothing has changed on the car wiring wise, except for the tuck headlight harness, but all that stuff works, the turn signals and whatnot. And the only thing that changed with the wiring was the piece that I extended from the driver's side to the passenger side, which I'm 99% sure there's nothing wrong with that. And then the OBD2B jumper to the OBD1. So I'm gonna start testing all that stuff, make sure every pin goes to where it's supposed to be on a jumper harness, and then I'll go through every step that I've troubleshot so far. But anyway, until next time, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.